Okay, so estate planning. Not exactly the most thrilling topic, right? But stick with us because it's becoming a pretty hot topic in the world of, well, employee benefits.
Yeah, and not just for those, close to retirement either.
Right. We're talking all ages here.
Okay.
And there's this, well, massive wealth transfer coming up. They're calling it the Great Wealth Transfer.
It's projected to be enormous, like $84 trillion by 2045.
Wow, 84 trillion. Yeah. So people are starting to realize maybe they need a plan, huh? And that's where this company, Inheritus, comes in.
Right?
They've got these two platforms, Legacy 360 and Estate 360.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
And they use AI to, like, simplify the whole estate planning thing.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's like, document storage and even legal filing.
So you don't have to, wade through all that paperwork.
Exactly. And get this, it's super affordable. Like, we're talking cents per employee per month.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Right. So it could be a major win for employees and employers.
Definitely. Could boost productivity, maybe even help with attracting and retaining talent.
Great. Okay, so let's start with the basic need. Why is everyone suddenly, talking about estate planning as this must-have benefit? I mean, besides that whole wealth transfer thing.
Well, the pandemic definitely played a role. A lot of people had to, really face their own mortality.
Makes sense.
Thinking about, what would happen to their families if, something happened to them. And this, combined with this big focus on financial wellness these days, it's pushed estate planning to the forefront.
Yeah, nobody needs that extra stress on top of everything else.
Yeah.
And can you imagine the relief of knowing your family wouldn't have to deal with all that, scrambling for information or legal stuff during an already difficult time?
Absolutely. It's all about that peace of mind, that feeling of security. And studies actually show that when employees feel financially secure, they're, less stressed, more engaged.
Right, which means more productive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a win-win.
Yep.
You mentioned those platforms, Legacy 360 and Estate 360. Can you break down what they actually do?
Sure. So Legacy 360 is about, getting organized. It helps you manage all those important documents like wills, insurance policies.
Deeds, that kind of thing.
Yeah, all that. And the AI can actually help with drafting documents and summarizing things.
So you could potentially save money on legal fees.
Yeah, potentially.
Wow. So it's like, a personal AI lawyer, kind of?
Sort of, yeah. But is it actually easy to use? Legal stuff can be so intimidating. Well, that's the cool part. The AI, it kind of guides you through everything. You get these personalized to-do lists based on your specific needs.
And your location, too, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It takes the guesswork out of it.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about keeping everyone in the loop? Family advisors?
Oh, yeah, great point. Legacy 360 also has those collaboration features. You can securely share everything with family or, whoever needs to know.
That's got to be a huge relief, especially for families. Okay, so we've got a good overview, but let's get real. Why should our listeners actually care about this?
That's the big question, right? Well, first of all, it's that peace of mind we talked about, knowing your affairs are in order. And as we said, that can lead to better productivity at work.
Less stress, right?
Exactly. Plus, there's the potential cost savings. You might be able to, skip hiring a lawyer for some of the basic stuff.
So good for you and your wallet. But it also sounds like something companies should offer, as a benefit, right?
Right.
Are companies catching on to this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a no-brainer for employers, really. Helps attract and retain talent, especially now when, things are so competitive.
Yeah, today's job market is tough.
Yeah.
And it makes them look good, too, like they're forward-thinking.
Totally. Plus, it's super affordable. We talked about that, right?
Yeah, incredibly low cost compared to other benefits.
10 times the impact for a fraction of the cost.
So Inheritus is making a pretty bold claim. They're offering peace of mind, not just, software. But how easy is it to, actually implement these platforms?
That's a really good question. And it seems like Inheritus has really thought this through. Their implementation process is designed to be, as seamless as possible.
So it's not a headache for companies?
Not at all. They've got these templated communications, scalable integration, even change management support.
So companies can roll this out pretty quickly.
Yeah, quickly and efficiently.
Sounds like there are really no excuses not to offer this kind of benefit.
Especially given the potential return on investment.
Right. So it seems like, they've really considered everything.
It really does. And honestly, I think we're just at the beginning of what's possible with this kind of technology.
It's like a whole new world.
As more people understand the benefits of estate planning and AI keeps getting better, I think we'll see a real shift in how we think about all of this.
That's exciting. But before we go too far, who is Inheritus targeting with these platforms? It seems like they could have a pretty diverse range of users, right?
Absolutely. They're not just focused on individuals or families. They're also looking at, organizations like those in the group retirement services and group benefits space.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, they already work with a lot of people who, could really benefit from estate planning services.
But those groups face some specific challenges, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does Inheritus address that?
Well, one big challenge is client attrition. They lose a lot of clients when people retire.
That's a huge problem. It's like they're constantly trying to, fill a leaky bucket.
Yeah, exactly. And Inheritus helps with that by, offering something valuable to those retiring clients, tools and support so they feel confident moving into this new phase of life.
So they stick around.
Yeah, exactly. And it helps those firms, stand out from the competition.
Smart. What about other organizations? You mentioned employee assistance programs.
Right, EAPs. Well, they already focus on supporting employees with, different life challenges. So Inheritus sees Estate 360 as a natural extension of that.
So they're filling a gap that's often overlooked.
Exactly. By offering Estate 360 through EAPs, companies can, give their employees a resource to help with their estate planning needs.
That's fantastic. It seems like Inheritus is really trying to make estate planning, less of a taboo subject, right?
Totally. Making it more like a normal part of financial wellness.
I like that. Okay, so we've talked about the need, the platforms, and who they're targeting. But what about the features that make these platforms so, innovative? You've mentioned AI a few times. Can you give us some details about how it's actually being used?
Yeah, sure. What the most I think impressive features is the AI's ability to actually draft legal documents, like wills and powers of attorney.
Wait, seriously, like a robot lawyer? How does that even work?
Well, the AI has been trained on a massive amount of legal documents. It understands these complex legal concepts, but it translates them into, plain language that people can actually understand.
So it's not just using generic templates?
No, not at all. It's tailoring the documents to the individual's specific situation. It can even, flag any potential problems and inconsistencies.
That's incredible. It's like having, a built-in safety net.
Exactly. And then there's the personalized to-do list. The AI analyzes all your information, goals, and everything, and it basically creates a step-by-step plan for you.
So you don't feel lost and overwhelmed.
Great. No more feeling like you're drowning in paperwork.
I love that. What about the document analysis you mentioned before?
Oh, yeah. So the AI can scan and analyze your existing documents. Like if you have an old will or a trust, and it can flag any potential issues.
So like outdated beneficiary designations or something.
Exactly. Or clauses that aren't compliant with current laws.
That could save so much trouble down the line.
It really could.
Okay, so it's pretty clear that AI is a big part of these platforms. But how does Inheritus make sure, that it's all being used ethically?
That's such an important question. And, Inheritus really emphasizes transparency and control for the user. They're really clear about how the AI works, what data it uses.
And how it's protected?
Right. All of that. The user always has the final say in their decisions. The AI is just there to, help and guide.
It's good to hear. It sounds like they're striking a good balance between technology and, human decision-making.
I think so, too. Mm-hmm. And they're constantly working to make the AI better and better while still sticking to those ethical principles.
It's like a constantly evolving process.
Exactly.
That's exciting. But, estate planning isn't just about documents and algorithms, right?
Yeah.
It's about people and, their relationships and their legacies. Mm-hmm. How does Inheritus address that?
That's a great point. And they totally get that. Estate planning is emotional. Their platforms are designed to, encourage communication, help families understand each other.
So it's not just a cold transactional thing.
Right. Like The collaboration features let users share documents and information with their loved ones.
That's got to be so valuable.
It can really help reduce those misunderstandings or even arguments that can happen down the line.
Yeah, nobody wants to deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
But let's go back to that affordability thing. You said it's like cents per employee per month.
Yeah.
How do they keep the costs so low?
Well, part of it is the AI. It automates a lot of those tasks that would normally require, a human. So that cuts down on costs.
So the AI is like multitasking.
Yeah, pretty much. And Inheritus is also committed to, making sure everyone can afford it. That's part of their pricing model.
It's pretty impressive. It's like they're democratizing estate planning, right? Making it for everyone, not just the wealthy.
Exactly. And I think that's a really important mission.
I agree. Okay, so Inheritus is saying they're offering, peace of mind, not just software. But how easy is it for companies to actually use these platforms?
That's a good question. And it seems like Inheritus has put a lot of thought into that, too. They've really tried to make it as simple as possible.
So it's not another complicated IT project?
No, not at all. They provide a lot of support. They have templates for communication. They help with integration, even change management.
So companies can roll it out pretty easily?
Yes, very easily.
That's great. Sounds like they thought of everything.
It seems like they have. And I think this is honestly just the beginning of what we're going to see with this kind of technology.
It's kind of exciting, right?
Yeah, it is. As more people learn about the benefits of estate planning and, AI keeps getting more advanced, I think there's going to be a real shift in how we approach all of this.
Yeah, like a whole new way of thinking about it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And your estate plan should reflect those changes.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. But I want to ask you, what are some of the challenges that you see Inheritus facing as it, kind of shakes up the estate planning industry?
That's a great question. Any company that's trying to innovate in a really established industry, they're going to face challenges.
Right.
One of the biggest ones is just awareness.
Yeah.
Estate planning is not something that that most people are actively thinking about.
Right, especially younger people.
Especially younger generations, exactly. So Inheritus has to, find creative ways to get people's attention. They have to break through the clutter.
Right.
And they're doing this, through, marketing, social media. They're partnering with influencers.
So they're trying to make it, relatable.
Yeah.
Engaging.
So you're trying to make it, less scary, less overwhelming.
Right. Make it more, maybe even fun.
Exactly. They want people to feel empowered.
Okay.
Not intimidated.
So it's about changing the whole, the narrative around estate planning.
It is.
Make it a more positive thing.
Exactly. And another challenge is overcoming procrastination.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people they know they should do it.
Right.
But they keep putting it off.
It's like that thing in your to-do list. You just keep moving down.
Exactly. So, Inheritus has to find ways to motivate people. They have to, highlight those benefits, the peace of mind, the potential cost savings, the emotional benefits of making sure your loved ones are taken care of. And then, of course, they're trying to make the process as easy and as painless as possible.
Right. Remove those barriers.
Exactly. And I think they're doing a really good job.
This has been a really fascinating conversation, exploring this whole world of Inheritus and their vision for the future of estate planning.
It has.
But before we wrap things up, I want to go back to something you said earlier about their commitment to making estate planning accessible and affordable for everyone.
Okay.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
Sure. Inheritus, they really believe that estate planning shouldn't be a privilege. It shouldn't be reserved for the wealthy or the well-connected. They want to make it a right. Something that everyone has access to, regardless of their income, their background, or even, their tech skills.
That's a powerful vision.
Well, I think Inheritus is really making a difference. They're tackling this complex issue, and they're making it accessible, affordable,
right,
even empowering. And I think their impact is only going to grow in the years to come.
I agree. They're a company to watch.
Yeah.
But before we go, I want to make sure that our listeners know where they can learn more about Inheritus. where they can, find out about their platforms.
Yeah, of course. You can visit their website. They've got tons of information on their platforms, their pricing, their mission. They've even got a blog with, articles and resources
Okay.
all about estate planning. And they offer a free trial. So you can, try it out for yourself, see how easy it is to use.
That's great. So there's really no reason not to check it out.
No reason at all. And you might be surprised to find that estate planning is not as scary or as overwhelming as you thought it might be.
Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap up this episode of The Deep Dive.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for being here, for sharing your expertise with us.
It was my pleasure. I always enjoy talking about this.
And thank you to our listeners for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Inheritus. We hope you found this informative and maybe even inspiring. And we encourage you to visit their website to learn more about how they can help you take control of your future.
Absolutely.
And create a lasting legacy for your loved ones. Until next time, keep diving deep.